Charlie's parents who lost their beloved son, and to the entire Kirk family, we know that no words can ever be enough to fill the void he leaves behind. That's a void that just can't be filled. But I hope the extraordinary outpouring of emotion over these past 11 days has comforted you with the knowledge that your son brought more good and love into this world in his 31 short years than most people, even very, very successful people, can bring in a lifetime.
Almost 100,000 people turned out to State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona for the funeral and memorial service for Charlie Kirk. The stadium itself hit capacity at 73,000, and the rest of the guests had to be moved to an arena across the street. And there you saw President Donald Trump escorting Erika out onto the stage. But you must have noticed the bulletproof glass. And yes, the bulletproof glass was there for all the dignitaries, including Vice President J.D. Vance, President Donald Trump. And we all know President Trump has been standing behind bulletproof glass since someone tried to take his life at a rally on the campaign trail. So I'm imagining that the security and Secret Service in that building was tight. No one could get in if they did not belong. But who would have thought that Erika Kirk would have to stand behind bulletproof glass to honor her late husband? She gave a very powerful speech, but there was one moment that was so powerful that I want to share it with you right now.
He was looking to show them a better path and a better life that was right there for the taking. He wanted to show them that. My husband, Charlie, he wanted to save young men just like the one who took his life. That young man on the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do." That man, that young man, I forgive him. I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate. The answer we know from the gospel is love, and always love. Love for our enemies and love for those who persecute us.
She forgave him. I guess that's what a Christian woman would do. She said that's what Jesus Christ would have done, and that's what her husband would have done. And you could feel the left cringing because they expected all-out chaos after Charlie's life was taken, and they got none of it. They expected riots. They expected burning of cities, just like the left is known for doing. But that did not happen, and it was never going to happen because conservatives and liberals are not the same people. Erika's speech was not just moving, it was courageous. She spoke with strength of a woman who had lost her partner, her best friend, the man she built her life with. Every word carried out of her heart with love. So the message of that memorial was quite clear. When you have almost 100,000 people traveling from all over the country, and I would have to imagine all around the world, just to honor a man they loved and followed and listened to, that should teach the other side a lesson. You can do all the harm you want. You can tell all the lies you want. You can cause violence. You can spend money on violence. You could fund protests. You could bus in thousands of people to scream and yell and hold up signs. But it doesn't work. The Democrat Party is not and will never be the party of peace and love. Bottom line, end of story. We've seen it so many times since Charlie's life was taken. The radical left wing celebrating the murder of another human being. Those people have no souls. They live in a darkness that conservatives can't see. In order for the Democrats to show anyone that they really care, they are going to need to do some serious soul searching because they have lost their way. The only thing they are concerned about is trying to stop President Trump, which we all know that's been going on for years, and they have failed every step of the way. But they're mostly good at spending money, the American taxpayers' money, on causes that mean nothing. Most of them don't even exist, so they can continue to fill their pockets to fund their hatred for America. Charlie Kirk was killed because of what he stood for. He was a Christian man. He was pro-family. He was anti-abortion. He spoke his truth, and millions of young people caught on to it and joined the Turning Point USA movement. And Erika said in that speech, Turning Point USA is not going away. Having Charlie killed, if in fact that's why he was killed, will not silence Turning Point USA. Millions more Americans will be joining that cause to preach the conservative movement of peace, health, happiness. The Democrats have none of that. They can't preach it, although they try, and they try to put it on every liberal mainstream media outlet, and they talk about how much they care. But that's not caring. The Democrats don't care. All of those people who showed up to honor a man, most of them probably even never met the man. They went for one reason, to honor him and honor his legacy. And the Democrats, again, should take notice because the conservative movement right now is stronger than it ever was, and it's going to continue to grow, and the Democrat Party of today will be able to do nothing about it.